welcome to this. Yeah, this is a little awkward. How you guys doing? Welcome, Judd. Yeah, everything's a little topsy around here. Let's see. Everything's been going against me. So like last night, kind of stayed up, and then couldn't really get up, and then I tried getting this all set up to play Paper Mario, and then had a brownout or something. It's super windy outside, so knocked out my internet for a bit, and everything turned off. Did my game capture. Will kind of like blink off every like 5 minutes, or every 10 seconds actually. It was way quicker. But then kind of like turn off every like, each time I would touch something, like it would change to a different screen. The game capture would be like, oh, okay, we'll just go to black. And it's like, okay. So instead of didn't have time to like, I kept like taking the wires in and out and trying to figure it out, but to no avail. So yeah, I was like, okay, well, if I can't figure out how to get the wires to work, so the game catcher would actually work properly, it's like, okay, well, I do have the St. Patrick's video as a backup of this one. Hi. So I guess it kind of weirdly works out, you know, no mistakes kind of thing. Let's start the music. So yeah, I hope you guys been doing okay. Hopefully Judd and everyone else is gonna hang out with me. It's gonna do okay. Yeah, thankfully I, started to figure this out. I got the automatic of the animation, I can run it. But otherwise, yeah, I was just gonna work on this on my own, but I guess, Fate said, let's have you, do it on stream instead, so I guess we'll take a little breather from Paper Mario, just, for unforeseen natural causes. So yeah, problem is I'm exhausted and freaking out and sweaty for trying to get everything set up in time, so hopefully you guys are doing better. There we go. Okay, so yeah, my ear's kind of clogged, so it's kind of not working out either. It sounds weird for me. Oh, I'm exhausted. I'm trying to do this nice and chill though. Okay. Story is Derpy is looking at a 4-leaf clover. It's like, yeah, that's pretty neat. And then Rainbow Dash comes in and does a sonic rain boom. And that causes all the wind from the blast to be like, shoo, to then kind of wiggle all the everything. But then it upsets her hat, so now it's kind of like an angle. And so Derpy's like, wait a minute, my hat's a little off. I should adjust it. Let me get it go. Try to like flip it back up to make the hat more better on her head. And that's it. It's pretty quick for a short, even if it's, yeah, the short's about 6 seconds long. So wanted to do something that was something more manageable that I can get done. Because trying to do those 30-second ones are actually really a little too much. The problem is that it's usually too much of it's too big of a project. that then I get overwhelmed and I don't have time and I get too tired after work and exhausted, that then I come home and it's like I don't want to work on it, and then it's like whoops, then I only have one day to get like 20 seconds of animation done and the rest of post done in one night, and like I have to do that pretty much in one sitting, otherwise I won't get it done on the right day. So it's yeah. So instead I'm gonna try and do something moderately more simple that I could probably get done. I don't know if I can animate it all tonight. I don't know if I have the stamina, I guess, now or anything to be able to. There is a lot to do on this. Still a lot to do. Did get this set up. Got this character layout and I got the characters. So this is how it would look. So I'm gonna add her dress Derpy up, and then probably just animate just Derpy today. I think the Sonic Rain Boom is gonna be a little complex. But I have to like look at the show to see like exactly how it works, but I'm trying to do it enough memory where it's kind of this she kind of goes forward, then like there's this white cloud thing that kind of she has to like push through, and then once she gets through it, then it creates this ring, and then a rainbow shoots out. Then it goes across the sky and then evaporates. So, okay. But yeah, let's work on makeup and costumes for Derpy. We'll do that now. Okay. How have you guys been? Hopefully. I feel like, I have a feeling that, no one's here. Let me know if that's the case. Yeah, I'm thinking so. I might have scared Judd off. Didn't really hear from Judd after I started, so I'm thinking I might be on my own. In which case, if no one comes in after, I don't know, I don't want to go for a whole hour. No one here. So, I'll keep going. At least for the VOD people to watch this as something more interesting, I guess. Gotta see the process. I'll make it more educational, I guess. Try to explain what I'm doing. Okay. So this is Toon Boom Harmony. I've been working in this for about 4 or 5 years. Once I got off of Flash, I realized how not great Flash was. I was like, okay, maybe we can, I can see that that's, the palettes use the same ID, so if I change that one into like this color, then that'll work. But for right now, I think I want something two-toned and cool like that. Yeah. It's good to have an eye for this kind of stuff, makes it easy. Speaking of eye, so I'm using this white instead of some other white. This white, which is now not white. Oh well. But if I use this white and then color this, then we're good. So this is more, if I can spell, eye white. Okay. Let's see. So I got that. Got her shirt. That's all I'm worried about right now. Let's make her coat like this work. That looks cool. I'm gonna look it up, what the hat looks like, but I think I have an idea. Yeah. So, it's kind of hard. Some of them are short and some are tall. Kind of like the taller ones. I'll just go with one of these. Okay. It's like this big, tall felt hat. It's like a top hat. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Cookie. Starting to go in. I'm already exhausted, so I'm getting, a little, yeah. Can't explain the situation is that there was some sort of quick, can't tell for right now. We had a blackout. I guess a wind, knocked the power out. We have a generator, but it still took like 5 to 10 seconds for it to reboot the whole house. And, so made the game capture not, be reliable. So I was like, okay, well, I'm working on the St. Patrick's Day video anyway, so let's work on that. So here's the animation short storyboards. Let's see. Now I know that daylight savings is only in America, so how does that work for you, Cookie? Like, do you just get do you have some? I mean, it has to like resync at some point, or is it just like half a year you're not synced up? Whereas like if it's like 12 hours, then it's like 11 hours or something. Okay, good. Yeah, you do have a daylight savings, but it's at a different point. Okay, that makes sense. Because it's like there's no way for it to. You would just keep getting more and more off, right? Over time. Yeah. Okay. Let's get that to the background so I can see what I'm doing. But yeah. Yeah. I know. Well, it's either that or I start at the right time, but then I don't. Welcome, Mike. Like at what point would I switch? I guess it can always be the same global time. I don't know. So I kind of have to do it this way. New hat. Let's go back here. Get rid of it there. Yeah. Okay. New. And then we'll sketch this hat out. I think I made this out in Flash, in my Flash version, so I could take that, but I think I could use this opportunity to also just draw it from scratch anyway with this new hat. Okay. Okay, just trying to get the skeleton out. Okay. Does anyone really celebrate St. Patrick's Day anymore, or is it just kind of like a... It's not really a federal holiday. Do you ever do the thing in elementary school where you try and do the... what are they called? Not elves. Trying to find the leprechaun. You try and trap them. I did that as a kid. I don't know if mine... I think mine worked. I think that was like the whole thing, is that every trap would always get sprung. It's so weird. Okay. Any changes? Probably make it taller. Just keep going. Just keep. Yep, there you go. Yeah. Not worried about exactness right now. Could make it wider. Playing with generals and proportions right now. Okay. Cool. Okay. Just looking over here, I think I want to move it over a little bit. Okay. Let's see. I always tend to like draw each essay like 3 or 4 times, at least over the course of this. And it's like, okay, let me see if I can do a little better this time. Gotta rotate this so it's a little easier. Yeah. So there's a good trick. Play to your arm angle. Strengths here. I think this is gonna be indent. Oh, actually, I'm looking at it. It's actually taller. So it's actually a little taller here. Then it's got an inset. Then it's got the buckle. So this part, where's she gone? Yeah. So anyway, hopefully next week I'll figure out what's wrong with my Switch capture card, and hopefully we'll get back to Paper Mario because I do want to finish it. I know. Now I'm just going against the clock trying to finish it before the Switch 2 is maybe, hopefully not shadow dropped. I mentioned this before where it's like, I did look it up that the Sega Saturn was the one I was thinking of. So I got it right, that the Sega Saturn was just like revealed at an E3 and then like not too much later it got on store shelves, hopefully, if they were. Otherwise it was not enough stores were able to realize that, oh, we need to actually sell these? What? And then there wasn't really any major Sonic games on the Saturn. Had Sonic Jam, but that was about it. Oh, and the 3D one. Other than that, well, I guess the Sonic Adventure was supposed to be on the Saturn. That didn't work out. Let's see what happened. Place. I need to start drawing. Let's see. I think I want to swap these. I think I want to draw my final on the top layer. So be on top. Okay. But yeah. Let's see. Otherwise, I've kind of not really trauma dropped of what's been going on. So I still got more stuff I can talk about. What's been going on with me lately. Big good news is, what are you? That my college application was much more complicated than I thought, or it's much more involved. You know, you think you just like sign up and then you get accepted to college and it's like, okay, you're good. Now this is like signing your making sure that you're a real person and like signing everything off. It was like, it just kept going. Like every couple of weeks it was like, hey, be sure to check out, we got new updates for you. And it's like, okay. And it's like, yeah, we need you to sign off on like 5 more pages. We just wanna, you know, make sure that this is also taken care of, you know. It's like, what? You know, so at first, like, the college application was like, okay, you know, due to almost like a job interview stuff that they wanted of getting a portfolio, getting a personal letter to explain why you wanted to, you know, the suck up letter of why you wanted to join, why you wanted to go to college with us. And then they were like, cool. now, can you also do some other stuff? Can you also give us a picture of you? Can you also sign a couple other stuff? And then send in my official transcripts, which was only really finished like a couple days ago. So this application has just been going on for the last several months, really. Last like 3 or 4 months was just still setting up the application. A lot of it was and then after all that, it was like, oh, okay. Now I have to sign up for financial aid and set up an email and like 3 other types of ways to do this. I'm hoping to study mostly just so I can get the, what's the second level of so I think I got the first level paper, and I've heard, or at least my mom definitely thinks it'll be more beneficial to say like, hey, check it out, you got a second level paper for the degree thing. And say, look at me, you want to hire me because I have one of those bachelor papers for a degree thing. So that's mostly it. Is hopefully I can say to a job to say, please, you know, accept me because I have, you know, done the work basically. Guess it's more for like a studio job or something to. But even then, I applied for like. It sounds small, but I like applied for like 10 animation jobs, and got ghosted on every single one of them. So I never got a reply to say what they're expecting or what I did wrong about it. So I have no idea why they chose not to accept me. So, and then there was one that was like, yeah, okay, let's do a phone interview, like a couple years ago. And I was just so confused because like they never on their website really explained what they were. So I was like, what is the job that I'm even looking for? And they were like, well, you know. And then I think I messed up by saying like something about like, oh, I'm getting paid for this? Oh, that's cool. I don't even know what this is. And they're like, what? Yeah, you're gonna get paid for the job. What do you expect? And it's like, well, yeah, I don't even know what this is. So hopefully I'll do better. At least I'll have that experience under me to be like, okay. But I haven't had anyone tell me why I haven't been. So we're just hoping that if I get a better degree thing, basically, it'll set me up to hopefully be more better off. I think it's like, well, I think Masters is the top one, and then Associates is somewhere in the middle, and Bachelors. I think I got Associates at my first college, and so now I'm going for Bachelors, or you can swap those if I'm wrong. But yeah, basically. So, yeah. That's the point. And also, you know, to hang out with more like-minded people, I suppose. Because at my day job, making trophy plates, I can't say, hey, did you watch the new Star Versus cartoon episode or something? You know, hey, Kingdom Hearts 7 came out. You know, I can't really be as nerdy or geeky as them. So, they had like a preview day at the new college, and they were like, yeah, come on down, and you can see what everyone's what the school's about. and they were like, yeah, we, you know, I like, you know, held a self-guided tour, and walked around the campus, and they were like, hey, come over here. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, I like your pen. Because I got my jacket, I had a Vivian pen. So, yeah, I have a little pin of Vivian from Paper Mario on my jacket. And they're like, oh, that's cool. Hey, I'm part of the Pokemon Club. And I was like, wow. So, I was like, okay, well, that's neat. I would be interested in that if I have time. I don't know if I have time to do that. Yeah. Essentially anything. When I did a... Did I move her? I'm just gonna go back real quick. Okay. Just want to make sure I didn't change the original. Okay. Very good. Yeah, that's better. Had a phone call, interview, questionnaire, where I could ask for when I did my initial application. So this was like the first phase of applying, where it was more like there was very few things of like getting the portfolio and the personal statement. Personal statement was based on exactness, was based on what degree you're going for. So there's one for arts and animation, and because they're very focused on video games at the college, I think it'll be also helpful because then I can make animations for video games, which I think would be the most cool. I don't know if it's a super dream job. I think dream job might be closer to just a regular old, like, just regular cartoon studio or something. But doing it for video games is kind of Venn diagram of all my interests all in one. Would be cool. But anyway, during the phone call, I was trying to like figure out like what do they mean by, you know, what's the limits of their fan art rules, because it's like, you know, my 90% of my portfolio is this, so it's like, how do I show that I know how to art but I don't have enough real traditional like portrait art or, you know, landscape and figure arts and all that. So it's like, is it okay if I do, you know, try to ask the administration's person on call, being like, is that okay? Like, what would define, you know, the spectrum of fan art, you know? Because, like, nothing is original, especially if they want figure art, then it's like, that's not an original, that's someone who exists. You know what I mean? It's like still saying like still art is original. It's like, no, that still art exists somewhere. So I was getting all semantic with it, and they were like, yeah. So I don't remember the exact answer, but she on the call was like, you know, if you do, you know, Sailor Moon exactly, you know, if it looks like Sailor Mars and we can tell that that's, you know, in no way else not Sailor Mars, then it's like, we would not accept that. I was like, okay. I was just blown away, and I was like, she on her own initiated and actually came up with that example. And then she said like Sailor Moon like a couple other times during the call too. So I was like, okay, you guys are cool. So I was like, okay, I think I'm getting it. So, but yeah. I think most of my portfolio was just trying to see if I could get around, you know, trying to do something like this basically, and be like, just background. Let's see. I was like, can I turn this in and be like, oh yeah, this is my cartoony style, you know, This is original art, basically, isn't it? It just happens to be based on a video that I made that happens to also be in the universe of Pony. So I did submit a couple backgrounds. Yeah, let me see. I could try and find what I used. I'm just trying to open OBS real quick. Find my hide button. Do I have my hide button? Where did that go? Where's my bubble blur? This is what I want. I just want to open my folders real quick, because I can find it for my portfolio. Apply, portfolio art. Opening the folder. Yeah, here we go. This will be a little tricky to do. Okay. I did the Bob Ross landscape one. I did this one. I think I tried to make it a GIF or a video. I think I had to make it into like a YouTube video. Problem is that is I was like, okay, now it's a YouTube video, so now it's gonna be weird if they're like, where's the audio? And I was like, okay, now I have to compose music and make sound effects, make a whole thing out of that. So I used one of that. I think I did one of the screenshots from the movie. I think I did a little better composition of it, or the right frame of it, but I think I just used it as an idea for me. So is that yeah, this is from the episode, but I think I made it just to be the background. I was like, yeah, I can do 3D modeling, check this out. It just happens to be in the context of Paper Derpy, which happens to be a crossover of, you know, Paper Mario. But if you just look at this, it's like, you wouldn't know. That's what I was trying to like be like, okay, this is what I do, but it's what I did in the personal statement too, is like, I like making fan art of stuff. So, I did Midnight Mirrors. This is a plush cat. We called it s'mores. So I was like, okay. They wanted some traditional art of like, can you do still life art, basically? We just want to know what your skill level, or, you know, to see what you can do with still art. So I was like, okay. Here's a plush cat toy. I was like, this is my mom's favorite. Scented with lavender. So I was like, cool. Okay. I'll just try and draw that as best I can. Problem is that the deadline was super quick. From when I really started. I think I'd started the application, or at least thinking about it. We started thinking about it in December. And then I think the deadline was like end of I think the end of January. So I was trying to set this all up, and I was like, I have no time to like get this done. So I kind of made this in like in a couple hours. So that was a little too quick. And then I had to do other stuff too. Some more other they were like, can you do some other digital art for the portfolio? I was like, okay. So this is based on, it's kind of levels of separation from it being my neighborhood, and then I changed it a lot, and then actually I took a, well, I don't want to show the real picture because I just said it's in my neighborhood and geocacher guys will be able to find out. So anyway, changed it into a field, and then there was there's one day where I saw like a family of 3 deer, which is pretty rare, at least, you know, to see them. So I was like, cool. So I took a picture of that, and then I reminded myself like months later about that, and I was like, okay, I'll use that as my still life photo and try and recreate that. But I had the hardest time drawing the deer, or at least I wasn't happy with it. I was like, whatever. So, I just changed it, and then I was like, oh, it's a pond. I don't know, I had a stupid little duck in there. So the duck wasn't there. This wasn't a field. I made this pretty much the original based on my neighborhood. So it looks nothing like it, and I was like, oh well. I tried to add as much detail as I kind of had to rush through it a lot. Thanks, Judd. Bob Ross. What grayscale stuff when it comes to landscapes? Contrast and imitate depth. Yeah, I've heard that, or at least when, like, doing a character drawing, they want to shade it to do it in grayscale, which just means levels of white to black, and that shows, yeah, the contrast and depth. I've heard that you could just shade in black and white and then like add a multiply color onto it, and then I guess that works. Like, I guess you can select like the pond and make it certain whites, and then add a blue filter on top. But anyway, they wanted like 10 of these, so there's so many of these. This is also something. Where'd it go? Trying to make it bigger. Another digital painting. Made this. I don't know what it is. This was actually pretty quick. This took less time because I had to not do a lot of stuff with the deer stuff. So this was more my style, I guess. So try to keep it simple. I wanted something more. I wanted to add a little bit more detail, but I think it's kind of fun to see it being sharper. Or yeah. How does that work? Field of view, depth of field, to have it be very sharp. So that's a little water droplets on here too. I use a cool brush. I use everywhere. Probably could have chose some other ones, but oh well. I like that more textury brush. Yeah, there was a blackout like a half hour before I went live, and it caused all my computers and everything to turn off. And then I tried to get the Paper Mario to work, and the game capture kept like turning to black. Like it was just kind of like work for like 10 seconds and then turn off and then go back on. So I was like, I had a half hour to be like, what do I do? So I was like, okay, we'll do animation, which I'm not doing right now, but showing we'll take a little break. Then I did the jackalope character design. I did the Yeti somewhere else too. Is this a GIF? It's supposed to be a GIF. There we go. So I showed this off. I actually made this for, I'm gonna pronounce it wrong, Zebrain? Z-E? Z is a Toon Boom animator with really great Toon Boom tutorials. So there wasn't like it wasn't like a contest, but it was like some sort of like community thing to be like, hey guys, let's all animate sharks. You know, to get everyone's like brains going. It's like, okay, cool. You know. So I was like, okay, I'll enter in. So I animated this lemon shark. And I was like, yeah, that's a pretty cool one. So I added it to my college portfolio. The banding's from the low quality of the GIF. There's like some weird, see this band going on. But I think I chose a higher quality, I think. Yeah, here's a mauve version. Yeah, that sounds better. The GIF only has a certain amount of like colors available. So this one's a little better. But yeah. Well, welcome Irish Coder. Hopefully. Oh, I got the audio on this one. Yeah, that makes it way better. So I did that before all the videos, was to have a little bit of sound. But yeah, hopefully you're having a good St. Patrick's weekend. go catch some, keep blanking on what the little, not elves are called. Well, little creatures. Oh no. Oh, here's my, I can show what the original picture looked like as well. Blech. So yeah, they're pretty good. So this was in Japan, of all things. So I took a trip to Japan as a, either, I think a college celebration. I was like, yeah, you did 4 years of college, way to go, you get to go to Japan. And then, there's just, I think we're just walking toward, I think we started here, we just kind of walked to like another, I think it was like a museum or something that interesting. But I saw this, I just saw this mop. I was like, there's no one around. And it's like, why is there a mop propped up on a wall out of nowhere? It was like this whole wall. I was like, there's no one here. So it just reminded me of like a Breath of the Wild, where it's like there's always, like in Kakariko Village or something, there'd be like some random broom or mop just like hanging out on a wall, be all sparkly, and be like, ooh, pick it up. So I was like, wow, it's real. So I took a picture of it and then tried my best. Try to work on the, here's your grayscale values thing, Cookie. Again, I think I did this 2 or 3 times. I just get too particular things, especially with like traditional. I get too, like, I don't have undo, so it's like, yeah, you get too locked in, I guess, and it's like, I didn't like that line. Because you saw like how I did today, where like I made that hat, and it's like I drew the hat once, and I drew it a little cleaner, and then it's like, okay, then I try and trace that with vector lines. So I draw things usually like 3 times, so it's like trying to do this on paper is like not, I'm not, you know, I'm not built for that. So, and I guess I learned a lot of things as I worked on it too, of how to make this kind of smeary kind of texture where I use my thumb to smear it, and I just kept building up the values, try to make the darkest part as dark as I could. So yeah. So they wanted some still life of for my college portfolio to see if I know how to do. That's about it. There's like another landscape thing that I took from one of the G5 animations I made. So again, I just took the characters out and then tried to replace some of the not really obvious context clues of it being from Pony. Yeah, here's the original. So the original had this huge building structure for whatever the villain lady in the movie did. So took the animation, took out the characters, and then went back into the background in Photoshop and took out those buildings, tried to add more hills, and then I added because the lighthouse is off to the left, closer on this field of layer. So I took the lighthouse and then drew it over here instead. So trying to make that make sense. But to show that I can make a wide, long landscape. And because it was also made for animation, it made it really easy because each element was on its own layer. So if I had to like take something out, it was like super simple. Because like I wanted to move the cloud over, it's like, okay, the cloud's on its own layer element, so I could just move it. But yeah, welcome back. Had some other ideas, like I might have wanted to do this. I didn't add this to my portfolio because I I showed it to my mom and she was like, well, that's something I could have drawn. I was like, yeah, no. I was like, yeah, okay. So I tried to find some other stuff. I think these are the final ones I sent. So I showed earlier that one picture. Here's the other one. Yeah, so I took the characters out, still left this, but I think that kind of adds character anyway. That's not a horse, you know. That's not Sailor Mars, you know. That's someone original, basically. So that works. Clean it up. I think the lines holding up the stars were like a little low, so I had to fix that. So it was a little bit cleanup, but overall it was nice to reuse a lot of this. And this is obviously, you know, this is a lot of work anyway to, I mean, this took like 3 or 4 months to model and set up. And I made different versions, like I made the destroyed version and the cleaner up version. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that was part 1, and then I had to do a whole bunch of other stuff. Tried to do some scholarship stuff. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I got scared that the word was gonna show up. Actually, it's showing up here. Hang on. I was trying to not show some personal stuff. And it was like, oh no, we're gonna show it on this other screen instead. Whoa! But yeah, I just wanted to show edit enabling. We're good. Looking through it. I just wanted to look up how many words I wrote. Let's see. I wrote about 1,090 words for this personal statement. Looking at it now, I was gonna show it, but now I'm like looking at it and it's like, oh, kind of shows a little much. But I can kind of read an excerpt. Actually, not much. I do explain some of the stuff that I've done, like, I'm a solo creator, so I create the entire animation from start to finish. I even composed the soundtracks for my recent videos. I initially animated with digital puppet rigs in Adobe Flash that I downloaded from other users. Once I understood how the puppets were constructed, I started to make my own puppet rigs. Over the years, I made my own base rigs I could use for many characters. I soon felt restricted by the limits of Adobe Flash, and I heard so many great things about Toon Boom Harmony. It did take a little while to grasp how the software operates. I could see Flash for its own benefits, but Toon Boom was the breath of fresh air that I desperately needed to make more complex animations. Oh, this is you guys. On Saturdays, I live stream on my YouTube channel. I like drawing and animating in real time with a small group. That's you guys. I talk with the chat and incorporate their ideas into my artwork. The live streams give me something to look forward to and socialize. Yeah, so I put you guys in the personal statement too. I mean, they accepted it. They were like, all right. So I get to go to this college now. So at least they know what, you know, they're getting into with me. And then I try to show that, yeah, I worked with other creators, worked at Minimares and stuff, worked on Sunny's Dream to show that I'm interested in video games. The implications of using RenPy plus Toon Boom to make stuff on my own and figuring things out on my own. In summary. But yeah, there's a little like personal childhood history. I was into puppetry as a kid. I like the Muppets. Junior high. I actually took a summer class at the college. So when I was like probably like 13 or something, during like one of the junior high summers, I was like, okay, I'm gonna see what this Digipin college is about. I was like, cool. And then went to it, and it's more about 3D. The class was 3D modeling mostly. And then at the end, they were like, oh yeah, you can also animate and see if you can do that within a week. You know, it's like, oh, let's teach you how to learn basic building block box modeling. I think that's what they usually call it. Where you take a box, a cube, and you just extrude and subtract and modify from a solid box. Obviously, there's many other ways to model. But kind of got used to that. So even now, I still like box model a lot. Or I kind of use like what the general shape of what I want to be. You know, if it's gonna be eventually could become like more donut-like than there is a torus. You know, all these fancy words. I tried to do like point modeling, or at least you start with one vector point and then extrude from that point into a line. So it's kind of like drawing and vectoring. But yeah. So, gonna read another excerpt. I dabbled back and forth on 3D and 2D animation. 3D was a little too complex for me at the time, especially for my laptop's capacity. Yeah, my laptop as a teen, I was using that to make my first Flash cartoons, and at the time, about over 10-15 years ago, laptops weren't built for what I was trying to have it do. So it was very slow. I remember like trying to render out animations in 3ds Max, and I was like, oh cool, this 1 minute animation will take 6 hours. All right. And now I can almost like at the speed that Blender can like play blast animations, I can render out at the same pretty much the same speed. Might take like 2 or 3 times longer than real time at 24 FPS, but still, I mean, that's whole animation can whole 1 minute of Blender animation might take my computer like 2-3 minutes. But yeah, at the time I was like, oh cool, I get to make this 30-second animation and it takes like overnight. All right. So yeah, I started uploading on my YouTube channel in 2013. Yeah, I didn't want to be too specific. I didn't want to name drop anything, so I was like, with my first 2D animation short of a green horse tripping over a rock. It was super basic. The whole horse rotated and had next to no movement or emotions. I kept at it though. Focus on uploading my animations as art. And then my most popular animated video, Derpy Test, gained over 4.5 million views. I still enjoy making fan animations, where I tell my own original stories with characters from popular shows. So, trying to lessen the weight of all that, I guess, to say that, of how I do things. But anyway, let's make a fan animation with my original stories using popular characters. I think I was in the middle of popping this above. Alright. There you go. I think I need to remove the other ear. There's like 2 ears. I think I need to... Yeah. I haven't quite figured out how to do that correctly yet. Beep. Hat. Okay. I enjoy popular characters too. They are my favorite. Okay. Big hat. You know, yeah, you gotta make a big hat sometimes. Okay. Also, it's cute. Okay. haven't really animated yet, so maybe I can work on something else first, actually. I was gonna make the clover. I wonder where I should put it. I'll put it over here. Shamrock. Alright, nestle in there. Now for the shamrock, I think I want it to be slightly complex. Probably take some of that. Well, here we go with making a new asset where I'm gonna draw it straight up. And then I think I want to make it. I'll draw it. Try to see what kind of shape I want, because I want it to be kind of flat and then kind of have like this kind of baseball diamond kind of shape. Where it's got this kind of flat on both sides, but also kind of rounded near the top, I think. And then kind of just go in here and kind of round those out as corners. I just got reminded that there was like a Twitch stream that was like, I got interested in like trying to watch animation on Twitch to see what other people were doing. I was like, okay, let me go see one. And I started to watch it one, and they were just trying to do some cleanup art, and they had like their sketch line, and then they were trying to draw their line, and they were like, nope. No, 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 no. And I was sitting there for like 2 minutes. They were just doing that. I was like, oh my god. I don't know if they were just like, I just wanted it to be perfect, or like they were just doodling basically. They were just like, you know, this is just kind of stimulating, I guess, just to try and draw a line. And I was like, what are you doing? So, if that's my competition, or at least, you know, what else is out there, is like, okay, I guess I'm not exactly a illustrator so much, so I'm not really doing that too much. Or at least when I have to draw something, I know that this sketch is not going to be the final, so I don't have to worry too much about it being exact, you know? We're really going in and making sure that everything's perfect and being like, no, no. And then sometimes it's like, oh, that might actually be pretty good, you know? And it's like, oh, why'd you delete it? Like, just, you know, just kind of take this and then maybe just, but especially with vector, you could just kind of go in and be like, okay, here's the point here, and then move it, and then clean it up. I think that's what Z does as well, is that some of the cleanup art is just like, you can get close, and then you just kind of fix it. Or be like, oh, this curve's too big. Whoops. No, it's not. Like you're just trying to hurt her or something. So it's just weird to see, like, trying to get perfect lines when in animation it'll only be there for like 1/24th of a second, you know. It's like it's already gone. Boop, you know. Oh, did you miss it? Oh, it's gone, you know. So anyway. Sunny Dream, your idea. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been like 2 years. 3 years? I don't know. Time flies. But I think we had a brainstorming stream where we were trying to figure out like what the points or like the general idea of the game would be. I think it was very collaborative, so I wouldn't say like it's your idea. As much as also my ideas as well. For making sure that, you know, it was something I could do. There were some pretty good ideas. I can go back and see about those. Am I even happy with this shape? I don't even think I am. Okay, now I gotta look this up, man. Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, it's on my head. Could've just looked at myself. No, you're good. It's more of a heart, isn't it? This is where you have too many vector points now. I'm just gonna delete some of them. Not that it's impossible to make curvy, perfect lines with a lot of points. You definitely can. Obviously, you could just keep going bop, 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 bop with more points here, with all these little circles here. But it just makes it harder to then be like, oh, I want to change this whole curve at one time. It's like I want it to be from here to here, be smooth. And it's like, wait, now I can't, because now it's going to get to that point. So it's much easier to be like, I want to do a much more larger scope curve if I have less to deal with. Anyway. Yeah, guys, we could just have me a nice fun heart. And then this will be fun. I can use one of my favorite brushes that I wish Flash had. Flash sort of has this. I mean, Flash has like sort of everything, but whether or not it works is the other thing. But it doesn't have this cool feature where it'll be like boop. You saw like how it changed, where the end had this kind of big butt, and then the butt goes pop, and like it automatically changes it. So Flash sort of has something like this, but it doesn't really have that kind of cool feature. And honestly, it's like super cool to know. Very few amount of stuff I need to worry about. Okay. I think I want to make this. Could make this because I want it to animate. I want the shamrock to animate at a point. We're just gonna go. So to animate that, I think I need the stick stem to be its own thing, and then the rest. I could have each leaf be individual, but I think that might be overboard. So I think I'm gonna make this a little larger and take one of these colors and make it more. Say I'm like on the left side. This is a whole box. I'm on the left side of the thing. So I can push it to the right to make it more bright. Make it stand out better. Something like that. Always afraid that there's obviously people with keep wanting to call it. There's like a color blindness that's like starts with T. I want to call it like trichtophobia. And it's not that. I just want to make sure that there's enough contrast and everything else looks good and you can see it. That's pretty good. So I could just get rid of whatever this was and replace it with these assets. Okay. So I want to make this into a group, basically, and then animate that. So this will be my Shamji. And then add its own composite. Get rid of that. So this will be the shamrock, and this will be the sham stem. This will be like rigging its own type of character here. So I can cut the stem out, put it into the stem object, basically. And now, let's see. So I want to rig this where... Oh, there you go. Welcome. Welcome, PonyPod64. Cool name. How have you been? I'll show the animation, just so we can be all on the same page here. For you real quick. That's also what I was kind of scared with the, if I do any chats, when I was watching that one Twitch chat stream, I was like, I don't want to chat to say, hey, can you play the animation? Because I don't know if other people would get annoyed or like, if everyone's like, hey, you know, I just came in, show me the animation, please. Also, kind of good for me to at least get an idea for myself as well. Just step back a bit, so we can all be on the same page. Anyway, let's get this going. Making this Shamrock asset. Let's see. This is Toon Boom Harmony. It's got like, what do I want? It's got a couple different deals based on how much money you don't want to have at the end of it. It's very expensive. Wouldn't recommend it for beginners. Just for the fact that if you choose to like if you decide like, oh, maybe this isn't right for me, then you won't have to spend 4 digits of money. So, but anyway, because I've graduated basically from Flash, or I got so tired of using Adobe software, I was like, okay, anything else I can use? Ooh, Toon Boom sound okay. Sure, I'll use that. So, that's what I'm using now. Are there other better softwares? Yeah. Are there better, like, free softwares that I could be using? Yeah. Are there ones that use same kind of puppet tools that I would be interested in? Yeah. But, I think at this point I'm kind of too far deep into Toon Boom's hole now. That's like, okay, might as well just keep using what I know now at this point. So, I've seen like other softwares like Moho, wherever you say it, or OpenTunes and other stuff and other styles, where they're got their own kind of styles, I guess. And whatever the software that Bluey, the Blue Dog, is using, that's also pretty interesting software animation. It's pretty weird, like how they could use this Toon Boom too. I think I looked it up and I think they use something else. I just can't remember what, like Power Animator or something generic sounding, you know. Super cool animation software. Bluey animation software. Cell Action. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Cell Action is somewhere in between Clip Studio, Moho, Toon Boom, all those kind of. They're pretty cool. Here's Bluey. Here's that famous scene where like he wakes up and like he goes into the 4th wall of showing it. So it's good at using, well, here's a video, almost. So it's got that layer system, but instead of having the node view, it's still got this boring list, basically, of layers. See if I can open it. That's Reddit. Whoa, look at all that. Let me go look at the rest of this. Oh, dang, this is actually really cool. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, check this out. I don't know if this is official, but at least it's same kind of style of what they're doing. But yeah, there'd be these different frames basically. So the mouths would have their own pictures for each mouth shape. So I've kind of got that too, where this rig has different mouth shapes like this, and so I could just swap to a different mouth shape whenever I need to. So this will open her mouth, but it just swaps to a different picture basically. And then I just have different versions of that mouth, and I could just swap to it. I think I messed up with some of the... Oh, this white is not white anymore. Wow. Gotta use this other eye white. And then just recolor all of these. You see how something like that is pretty simple. Ah. Keep messing up on trying to recolor this. Okay. We want not that one. We want this one. Okay. So, cell animate seems pretty cool, but at this point I do have something that's also cool, and so it's like, And it's got used to how I like trees and graphics like this. Just seeing it in a big list, like, and the bluey one was kind of like this, where you just see this huge list of everything going on. And it's like, oh. Oh, okay. Where's the mouth? Where was that mouth I was looking at? You know, it's not alphabetical, it's just kind of based on how it's laid out, basically. So, if I don't have that node view, which is part of the premium plan, so the premium plan has, yeah. It was expensive and the only one that has the no view. So I was like, great. Here's ear. So you have to be very, very careful with how you label things too, because now it's like, okay, here's hat. Did I call it layer 3 or layer 27? Neck hair. Mouth. Oh, here's mouth. Okay. Whew. Found it. Now we start to work on it, right? So I got tired of that with Flash. Flash uses this layer system just list, and it just gets so tiring to like try to find things, or like something that's underneath. Like if something was underneath something else, like this, if I had a pose where like her leg was behind her, and it's like I had to click it, but I can only click on her neck now. Like I want to get back on her leg that I just moved. Like I wouldn't be able to like just click on it anymore because now it's being layered behind everything, so I just can't click it. So I was like, ah man, do I have to go in here to find it? Or I have to move the neck out of the way, move this out of the way, you know? It's like, now it's layered weird. I can't get it anymore. What's going on? So, there's also these other little tricks like these. He's got a little diamond kind of shows up underneath. The diamond is on top of everything, so I can always click on it. It's actually this OGL controller is the diamond is connected to the top part of the arm, and so I can just click on the diamond and it connects to that arm part. Otherwise, if I just click on it normally, it goes to this blue arm bead part, but that's not usually what I want to animate, because that's like the drawing part. That's the TVG drawing, but I want the peg part. So I have to like press B to go up the hierarchy, but I have to do that as many times as there's stuff in between. So yeah, this gets more complicated. But anyway, if there's something where I can't select it, then OGL will help, or I can just go into the node view and like either memorize how this works and be like, I need an arm, here's one, and I can just grab it. So either memorize where everything is basically, or you had these little helpers so in case things get lost, you know, like if I want to find the other wing, there's another wing behind her arm, her whole body basically. Her whole body has a everything set up, but I need to get the other wing to animate it. So I just know by how I set this up is that the wing is on right here for the far one. So here's our other one. And I also got it really cool where I synced up the drawings. So then I can animate this one at the same time. This other one is also animated. So they actually move in sync with each other. So I can have the wing flap move at the same time. So, yeah. That's a lot of very, very, very complicated, I'm going backwards, rigging stuff. So I was like, do I want to learn, you know, a different software so I can basically do the same thing that I've been doing since Flash, you know? Probably not. Especially having to shell out another $1 million or something. It's like, I'm good. I like this. Should I grind pad? Depends. If you're interested in being an artist, I would say make sure that you're good with traditional art. If you haven't done art at all, invest in a drawing tablet. It's not going to make you a better artist. Everyone's going to tell you the same thing. Talk to any artist who'll be like, yeah, that drawing tablet's not going to magically make you feel, you know, your art's not going to get better. Like my first drawing tablet was like really, really bad and cheap that I tried using a flash and the brushes were like so, you know, that was like, this would be like a straight line and be like, wait a minute, or like has this sort of like texture to it or something. I was like, what's going on? So I was like, what? Wait, what? So I was getting tired of that, and I used that for a couple years. And then at my first college, I saw everyone had like Wacom Cintiq tablets. I was like, oh, that's cool. It's this whole monitor, 20-inch wide display that I can use my. Saw my little VTube character. She's using the same Wacom tablet that I'm using. Modeled off my after my model. Welcome, hello, welcome Wumble. You might have noticed that you don't have the YouTube membership that you were gifted anymore. Never got around to discussing that with you, but yeah. Unfortunately, I think you do have to every month or so rejoin as a member. So you do have to like kind of have to pay each time, I guess. So to maintain that YouTube membership status. Obviously it's up to you whether or not you want to. You made the choice, I guess, to not renew it. So yes, exactly. In my heart. Appreciate that anyway. Oh boy. What happened? Why am I over here? What happened? Why am I way on the right? Did I do something? Nope. Wish I had that on earlier. Gotta see if I can. It's not a rigging thing. Let me see if I can restart. Nope, I think I'm just over here now. Boop boop. What did it look like? I didn't see it. See if I can get the stream. Gonna watch the replay to see what happened. It was about a minute ago. Everything seems fine. Let's see. Let's see. So we will group 2 so you can switch to. I think we're good. Oh, is it the music player? Was that it? Yeah, I was just trying to make the music a different loudness. Okay. If that was it, then. How did I get moved over, though? I don't still watch my replay. What did it happen? Yeah, I just... Oh. Oh. I know. Okay, I got it. So, I have a Sammy event for jump when someone says in chat, if someone says the word jump, but because I set it to be so inclusive, when Pony said jump scare, it took jump, and I was like, oh, okay. And then it did the animation that I set up for jump to happen, but I set it up to be in a different spot, XY position, on my V2 puppet. So it actually said, okay. Because this gets complicated as well with the... This is the exact like XY position of my OBS positions. So it just did that. And then... and it made me jump over to the left side because of these numbers that I set up. I don't know how to like say like don't affect X position. So I did that and tried to do a sound effect, I guess, as well. Yeah. Anyway, everything is coming up now. Alright. Oh well. Oh boy. No, 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 no. You have too much power now. I have to keep adjusting it if that happens again. Oh no. But yeah, it should just happen when it just says the word. Ah, there we go. No! No! I have too much power. Okay. It's kind of slow, but to like read it. So hopefully we're fine. That's not it. Okay. I want you, and I want to add a... Fix it. I guess I could disable it. Yeah, let me go back. That's my other thing. Yeah, that's the only one I think that moves me. Well, actually, Basin, I think, also moves me. Yeah, this one's... Yeah, Basin's got X and Y start. Muffin doesn't. Cheer doesn't. Wave is the big derpy. Pet doesn't. Hammer does not. But Jump's the only one. Oh, jeez. Oh, thank you. Wow. How do I just say disable? I guess I can, turn these, check off. Off is now on. I guess so. Best bonus should be a chat message. Let's see. Yeah. Oh dear. I think these are just my scenes. These are my things that happen. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if my YouTube's chat's gonna work there. Ah, jeez. Okay. Glad you guys are having fun. Oh no. But yeah, I set all those up for the interactivity portion of the stream there. Anyway, I'm gonna add a deformer to this flower stem then. What do I want? I want this. I just want to see. Oh, thank you. Pet. Thank you. So let's move this to be more in line. Okay. So I got a deformer. And this deformer lets me grab this now. And it really works with, obviously, thin things like this. If it was like a elbow shape or something, like an L shape, then it'd be a little more tricky to add. Stuff like that. Ow. I guess I could add another... I don't know if that's will work. Let's see. I can add a deformer to a multi-port out like this, and then have the offset. This is where it gets more. This would be the curve. This would be the offset. Go back out. Now have the curve and the offset somehow get into here. I don't know if this will work. No. I think this be here. No. Ah, what's going on? Hello. Let's see. Let's swap these. Hello. Okay. Why is it behind everything now? Oh, now it's doing that. I forget the exact way to get this to work, but that works. I think I'm gonna leave it how it was and go back to normal. And then I can then have another one where it can do everything. Or it went back into somewhere else. Where's this new one? Where, what even? Ah! Oh, the stem now has a second one. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted. Well, it was like that, then that's... Get rid of these. No. Get rid of these. Yep, okay. So what I want is... New one on here. Okay. So that works. And then I want it to be in between here and here. So now if I do this one, it should move both. Yes, sorta. Almost. It's getting a little complex here. Take that out. Ow. How we doing? I got stuck in all of that. How we doing? Welcome. Why are we saying hello? Oh, welcome over to Horizon. Yes. Hey there. You were somewhere else. Okay, that explains it. Ah! Okay, cool. Good, I saw that. That works. I'm happy. Yeah, I made that for you and members, where members get the blue muffin with all of them, and then you saw that Pony only does the one muffin that's kind of regular muffin. I want to add like a 2-point constraint. Let's do that. Let's put it between here and here, and add this here and another peg. And place the peg between here and here. I just want a lot of like control, so to do that I have to do this. And then I'm gonna make sure I always get these confused. It's technically coding, yeah. It's just lineless coding, or I don't have to think about what's going on here. A little hard to see, but I can turn the background off. But if you now squeeze it, you can now squeeze and pull the shamrock like that. So now I got squashy This will just move it around. This will also move just this part. And then the deformer can then move the stem. I could add another 2-point constraint just on the blade, the shape. Could. Wow. But yeah, this lets me squash and stretch this. Could just have another one. Let's do another one. It's kind of fun just to like kind of over complicate it, and then it just means at a later point when you actually start animating it, you'd be like, okay, now I have more controls than I need, but at least it allows me to have control, basically. Okay. Why are you always over here? Ow. Don't want to get too personal over, but I think it's their decision. Because you have to manually say, I want to renew. So, yeah. Because this was gifted, I don't think one will spin. Yeah. Wasn't really quite prepared to actually take on that kind of responsibility. There we go. Okay. Yeah, you got your own reasons. Oh, sad cat? Oh, man. Okay. That's, I can see. That is very... That's important. Yeah, I wouldn't want you to go broke just because you wanted to stay being a member. I understand. Anyway, all of this is for one asset here. Didn't need to do any of that, but you know. What I could do is add more. I could add an OGL controller to the peg one here. It's getting a little busy here, a little tight. And then this goes down here. Where is it? Okay. I know. My college semester starts the week of Everfree Northwest. So I was like, oh. Well, we're renewing later. Yeah, oh, no, yeah, you're good. Let's see. But yeah, I was like, huh. Do I now go to Everfree when... Oh, there's my dot. When the next day... ending ceremonies is on the... It's like on the weekend. Hello. And I was like, well, I usually go to this convention every year. Last year I had an actual panel. I was on a panel with other animators. So that was super special. But now this year it's like, well, I guess I can go, but hello. But now, I don't know. It'll be like whether or not I want to. It'd be like the last party before you had to be somewhere important, I guess. Well, actually, it ends on Sunday, and then the first orientation day is the Monday, so it's like the next day. So it's like I won't stay up. Hopefully, I do have a habit of doing it. I stayed up last night, so kind of stayed up a couple hours more than I should have. So got a little tired, and then I had to frazzily figure out how to change my entire stream idea. topic what I was gonna do. Diamond. That's good. Let's put down a little bit more. These can get a little comfy. Okay. So now I rigged it with the shamrock so I can wiggle the stem. And now I can wiggle the just shamrock part, and then another one where I can wiggle the squash and stretch of everything. And this all makes sense when I do the animation, because that'll be without all these other guys. Let's see, yeah. So Derpy's looking at the shamrock going like, wow, that's neat. Then Rainbow Dash does a sonic rainbow, and then there's a big rainbow, and then all the wind from the sonic rainbow pushes and like as a air shockwave down, and then it just wiggles the flower a little bit. So we rigged all of this just so I can wiggle the flower back and forth. And then yeah. Yeah. We can do that, I guess, real quick. Where'd it go? Oh yeah. It needs to exist for a little bit. Okay. Beep. Let's see. The deformation composite? No, I don't need that. I do need keyframes. It's at the bottom here. I'm adding little red squares to make sure that the software knows that I want to add a keyframe at that frame. Okay. I don't need, because all of this is actually code in it, so I can only just have to like click on certain parts now. I don't have to worry about all of this coding. So now I can go into camera view, look at a full screen of this, and let's see. Oh, that's a harsh word, Pony. I don't accept it. I don't know how to. I'm gonna delete that real quick for you. If I can move my mouse, I can't see what I'm doing either. I'm just gonna delete it. Sorry. There you go. Okay. Give you that as a warning. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. I can see apologize. Hey, instead of crashing out, we're good. Yeah, rainbow's in the sky. She's gonna do the sonic rainbow. That'll cause all this wind. And all the reason I coded this whole shamrock it's just so I can do that. It's like boop, 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 boop. Okay. Yeah, I mentioned earlier that I had like a 15-year-old laptop. It was a, I don't know if it was a modern laptop at the time, 15 years ago, but they didn't really make them like today where, you know, you have like 8 cores and 16 drives and all the fancy graphic cards and all that. Back then I was like, you want to run Doom or maybe just open PowerPoint? Pick what you want, you know? So I guess it was more like a family laptop, so it wasn't that great. Let's see. Oh, you used to just that? Oh, that was really good. That's one of my favorite ones out of that. That was really great. What I want is let's see, is it part of Derpy or the background? I think I want to move this forward in space. Hang on. I can drag everything there and then lock it. Just so I can touch it. Okay. So now we're here. Ugh. Does it feel slow? Yeah. Previously is 7 and 10. Loved the XP as a kid. Yeah. I had a Vista. I think I had it more. Childhood one, I remember. That one was like, you could add a clock onto the desktop. You can see how hot your computer is exploding at. Wow. Yeah. Is it a Vista or 2000 or something? I remember. I think I should move it more. And then, so what if we get close back up to there? Yeah. So I'm noticing that it got a little too short, so I'm gonna find where it was and try and make it bounce back into position. Something like that. Let's turn off. There's a visibility, but that doesn't really turn it off and on. Or just saying how you want it to be visible. Do you want it visible in OGL view or visible in soft render? But if you turn this off, it doesn't actually turn the visibility off the thing. I have to turn it off somewhere else. Yeah. So that's one pass. So now we can do the other parts. So now I can do squash and stretch on the plants part. Why is there a frame off? So I'm just concentrating on this real quick. Got off another frame. Try to copy the frame at the beginning, put it at the end and see what happens. See if that doesn't work. So gotta probably put this here and then see. If there's too much of a movement at the very end, and I'm trying. Try to make it so it doesn't seem like it's, you know, getting back to regular position, you know, pops in too much. Next step is the deformer for these guys. Okay. I've ever been scared by the sound when the GameCube menu starts. With the GameCube menu? Like the... Or the... I feel like I've also been scared by like the whisper sometimes when it starts up the game. Maybe like the GameCube. Like that one. I feel like that's more haunting. Or is that just like in commercials? I don't know. Definitely was pretty weird. No. Yeah, that's how you do it. Okay. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Hee hee hee. I have this extra layer for grass. Or just have these. Where they went? There they are. Or just have all these little blades of grass. So I think I want to add another. See if I could just add another. Yeah, okay. Well, it didn't scare you? Oh man, well, you're pretty tough, aren't you? Is that too big? There you go. Just wanted to add a little bit more detail right there. Okay. So, what we got really done today is I shared too much personal information. Added a hat, colored her shirt, and wiggled a shamrock. Is that not good enough for you? Oh boy. I guess we can at least get Derpy in her first key pose. Probably won't. I mean, I thought I would get a little further where I would get the whole of Derpy done. But I think that might be a little tricky now. She has to like blink and then react, and then her hat moves up, and then she has to move her head there. So, yeah. Okay. This is where more OGLs come into play if I know where they went. Are they gone? Should have these other. Am I missing them? Let's see. Yeah, where's this one? Is there one of these? This button up here should show me where all the... Well, those are kind of more master controls. Oh, is it this one? Nope, that hides everything. Is it behind her hat? I was looking for these little nubbles here, but they were behind her hat. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is change their z-axis to be much higher on all these. Okay. And then find her hat. There we go. Is one of them back? Where's this one? This is what I wanted. Ah, here it is. Okay. I think earlier I had to move the hat like above her ear, and by doing that just slightly enough, made it so that these ones weren't on the right layer. Jeez. Okay. So I wanted to just like move her head down, but I was like, I guess I can find this one here. Or I could just go beep. Now I got it. Otherwise, if you just select one of your parts and you have to like click it a couple many times and it's like, did I get the right one? Because it does get kind of confusing. Like I got confused on which one I'm selecting. So that's with this one. I know what I'm getting myself into. So you got all these little OGLs. Able to select each part. If I just select like this part, then it sort of works, but it's like I on the wrong. It's got this wrong symbol here. This is a drawing layer, but I want to actually select the peg, which is this kind of blue anchor thing. So I gotta select on these parts to get the right one here. I can move our whole body forward, maybe. Which one's gonna do that for me? That's that. That's that. Okay. So I can do that, and then here's more deformers. Try to make it so that she's not, you know, standard, you know, T-pose basically. Have it so that she's slightly interested in what she's looking at. It's like when you look at when you're looking at a worm or something, it's like, oh, I gotta bend down a little, see what's going on here. It's like, oh, you're a little guy. Let me see ya. Let's bring her head way down. Real close. Like she's squatting. Wow, cool. Okay. Looks like a mess, but kind of take it one piece at a time, and it's not that bad. If it's like, oh, I need more control, then I add the deformer. Could make the deformer go away each time, but try and isolate it, but it's fine. Might be a little too snowballed. Yellow. If I don't like your resting position, maybe I want it to be up here a little bigger. Beep. Okay. That solves that. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. I had to stretch there. Okay. Next, I guess we could do Rainbow Dash's pose. Which is kind of a little different. She's gonna be human. She's just gonna be like that. So I'm gonna do that. I know. She doesn't have the OGLs. Oh no, this is gonna be hard. I made her without OGLs. No. Oh, you can show the other expressions I got. Her eyes are slightly derped. There we go. Okay. Gonna make it so that she's determined. So I have different variations. And I have deformers on the eyebrows. Let's see exactly where I want these to be. Is that right? I like the how it like has to render out the new pose. So it's like she was like really happy, and then it's like, and immediately. Okay, so I want it to be like flying. So we'll have everything kind of more long ways, I guess. So I had to change this into more of this pose. Get her torso. Yeah, this is the problem. Now you see why I have those OGOs. Do have deformers though, so that's good. But now I gotta like select it and then change my position inside the node view tree to just find it and then select the right part of it. Should it be higher? Is there anything I can tweak? I can do that now. Thank you. Get in there. Okay. Noticing that there's a little lump here. So I might want to... I'm not going to change this too much. Well, yeah, it's always better safe than sorry to add a new one here. So I can get rid of a couple here and then try and make it more of a flat. There you go. Okay. And then I'm gonna have her like fly back, kind of like a normal pose. So I'm gonna have to... I do have a shortcut where I can basically use these knobs and then swap her back, hopefully into not really normal. At least that's normal. That's why I kept her back here. And she should be normal. Back on this first frame. So I can copy this pose. That's why I don't start on frame 1. The animation actually starts at frame 50. So I can have this extra frame to like set her, pop it up basically. Make sure that the character is ready to go. And it has enough time to make sure that everything's set up. And then I start the animation at frame 50. So at least I can have that basic T-pose whenever I need to. In case I really mess up or I just need to quickly go back to default basically. She's about to go sonically stretches her body. I don't have enough transformers to be able to do that on her. I'll definitely include that. I think I had that in my storyboards. Is that she just gets a little stretched and then like super stretched. Q. Yeah. I'll rewatch the episode and see what I can take out of it. Let's see. Yeah. Have I ever watched E3? Yes. If the Minty Christmas story counts. I think that's the only one I really watched. Because otherwise I don't think I just sat down and watched an episode. I think that's just like the not really controversial episode, but at least just it's kind of what people usually watch or recommend out of G3. gonna do, I think one more thing. I'm gonna play with the brightness of here, then we'll be done. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, earlier you couldn't see like her back leg. Just gonna change this. I can't really see it, but I changed the one back here too. Yeah. Oh, she's got like anime hair going on, or like her eyes going through her hair here. It's layered above her eyes. Can I change that? Let's see if I'm messing everything up. Actually, yes, but not with the ear. Oop, there's like one bit. I'm moving it so small. Ah. I move that forward, and then I just have to move her ear in front. There we go. Just have to relayer all of that. Just in time, I got a text message. What do you got? Wait, what? I'll have to look at that. It's saying that I got a... What? I think it's a scam. It's saying my package is pending due to missing information. I didn't order anything. Cool. Okay. Was there anything... Let's see. What was the follow-up? Okay. I haven't gotten into that one yet, but I have... Sorry, Richard. Not a fan, so not a fan. Okay. Fair enough. Let's see. Okay, so what do we got so far? We got Wiggle, Shamrock, and we got everyone in their first pose. Yes, this is what I mean, like Rainbow Dash at the end. It's gonna be really, really tiny. And then flies all the way back. So I was thinking like she'll be like going practicing, I guess, and doing like big circles of like zoom and doing Sonic Rain Boom, and then like, oh, okay, I go back. Just so I can like loop it makes sense, I guess. Is that then she can get back into position, basically. It's pretty short, so I don't know what else if I wanted to. Yeah, you saw how long it took to just set this up. But again, I had to do some other extracurricular stuff, I guess, with the portfolio stuff, and I had to wake up a bit too. So yeah, I'll get this hopefully animated by the 17th, so that's Monday. So I'll have all Saturday and all Sunday to hopefully get this done. With, you know, it's not just animation to get this done. You know, I have to now do all the post-production stuff of the editing. So I export the animation, bring it into a different software, DaVinci Resolve, and then do all the audio editing. We'll have to create music and then sound effects. I do have a new sound effect library. That's been exciting. I can show that. Let's see. I downloaded like 13 gigs of sound effects. Let's see if I can find those. Where did I put them actually? I think it was like some weird place. I think it was in such a weird place that I downloaded. It was like in my users documents or something that I was like, I need a shortcut. It's not called shortcut, is it? No. Is it Muse? It's part of MuseScore. MuseScore Studio. Let's close a couple things, see if I can find it. Element shortcut? Element shortcut. Ah, that's right. So even if, yeah, even if I found the right folder or going to the right place, I wouldn't know what it was called. Do I ever miss Flash? Occasionally, but Toon Boom just blows it out of water in like every, you know, if you had like a boxing match between them, it's like, you know, each type of element, I don't know what to call it, like is you know, if they fought against like a debate, I guess more. That's more civil. Sometimes. Like symbols versus well, I should use Flash occasionally. I made the thumbnail in Flash for today. I always make my thumbnails out in Flash just because it's convenient with the way that I set up my VTuber model. My VTuber was made in Flash, so I use that. Still have to use that, but I still have to use Photoshop to get it so it can work with Character Animator. So if I had to like change anything, like even today I had to like change my add the Shamrock. So today I had to add the Shamrock to my puppet, Character Animator V2 puppet, which means I had to go through Animate to, if I had to export a new picture of the Shamrock, I had to go through there, draw it, export it, open in Photoshop, add it to my VTube file, and then save that, open Character Animator, and then fiddle with it because it's not going to be in the right place. So I have to like object, put it in better position, orientation, scale, and everything, and then it works. So it's always way too long to get it to work, but anyway. Could use studio mode to see how this looks. Yeah. Well, I just wanted to show this real quick. Oops. Or not. What happened? Wait, what? No, but really, what happened? What? What happened? Transform. Reset? No. Well, lost by... Great, okay. Just lost my screen. I guess I'm doing it over here now. I was trying to get that file system. I'm having so much trouble with files today. Anyway, here we go. Welcome back, Judd. You're in time for me showing off way too many sound effects I got. I have, there we go. I could adjust this one, I guess. This is part of Audio Hero Sound Effects Series Volume 1, and I downloaded 13 gigabytes worth of sound effects. Hopefully these are all common Creative Commons files, so I'm just gonna adjust it a little bit further. I'm now a file system. Anyway, there's now, I don't know how many. How many files? I got 2 of them. I got volume 2 as well. Properties. 3,000 files in volume 1. 3,000 sound effects in volume 1. This one only has like 5 gigabytes. This one has exactly 1,000 files. It just keeps going. Oh my god, I love it. So I downloaded this entire thing and now I can add these to my to anything I want now. Because I got stuck with the Paper Mario sound effects for using those for a couple years. I was like, man, sure do want Motorcycle C Harley's recital. Whoa, whoa! That's crazy. Anyway. Hopefully these are, yeah, where they're free to use, basically. If not, oh well. I can still, like, edit them, you know, anyway. Yeah, I'm just going through them now. 3,000, well, I guess 4,000 sound effects now. They're all pretty general. I don't know, here's a cell phone power bloop. Whoa, check that out! Yeah, I'll make a Gerald like boing boing cartoon. Where he just goes through like every single one of these. It's like a 5-hour documentary of Gerald McBoing Boing just like using every single one of these. I haven't even got to the end of this. I tried listening to all of these to see how to, I like downloaded them and then I tried to like listen to it. I was starting to like kept working and I just kept these on loop or like a playlist style where you just go through each one. Some of these got a little repetitive. There's like some of them that's like really, I feel like these are from other, can't spell, sorry. Other stock libraries. I don't know. When will I use that? I don't know. Do I need a crowd of students saying G? Oh, here's discuss. That's a good one. There's a whole bunch of these. One of them I thought sounded like the Five Nights at Freddy's, like the you finish the yay, you finish the night and they go yeah, like the don't yeah. I think that was in here. I don't know where it was. Well, yeah. Anyway, see you, Wumble. Thank you. If you're saying later, Cookie, that's okay too. I mean, there's only so many ways you can do that. I don't know. This just like unlocked my third eye or something when I heard that. I was like, what the? Like, I haven't heard it, but it's like, it sounds so close that's like, wait a minute. To the ones that's in, well, Five Nights at Freddy's used a whole bunch of other stock sound effects and other weird places for sound effects, so what's his name, Scott, probably just use something like this where it just has a whole bunch of free sound effects and just like, okay, it's not like I gotta, you know, go out and Foley and actually go and find these, but it's like, yeah, what the yay. Isn't the snowball game depend on the store? I was thinking about that. I don't know how loud it is, so I'm sorry. It was just so fun to like listen to all these. I don't know why these are just the most like nice. I have a whole bunch of animal ones. A whole bunch of human ones as well. It's just kind of like anything. A whole bunch of animals. A lot of dinos? I don't know. That's a dino cat snarl? There's some cats, horses, dogs, doves. If I did more general stuff, I guess, you know, if I did like regular video editing stuff, auto carbra exit pass fast. We'll see if these are royalty free. I'm sure that once I played a whole bunch of these, we'll see if the stream gets doxxed. We'll find out later, huh? Um, but yeah, so I got these from MuseScore, which is the software that I use for my orchestral engraving, where I make the music. So I have a software that makes traditional style sheet music digital, and they made a Muse Hub, and they have this marketplace basically where they have a whole bunch of different stuff like this, sound packs, different musics, vocal stuff. A lot of it is paid, and a lot of the free stuff is like, hey, you want to tip them? So, but yeah, we'll see. So the fun ones are like, I didn't have too many birds, but now I got all of these. Now I got rooster. I didn't have rooster before. Anything else? There's a lot of like human ones. Is it just called human or vocal? What do we got? Oh, eat apple 3. You know, that could be something. I was actually trying to see if there was any snow ones, and there wasn't actually too many. Maybe a couple. I mean, that's pretty good. Oh yes, my favorite. Footsteps, no jog fem. Is it like the rhythm of it that's like a female walk? I don't know. Doesn't it sound like snow though, so I don't know. Snowmobile. Yeah. Oh, okay. Slow down there. I think it was something else. Like some other type of material. I don't know, like ice or something. Or gravel. I guess like gravel kind of sounds the same. Yeah, that's not how you spell it. It's not really. This is sci-fi gravity well. Can't see it. Okay. Somebody's just gone for like a whole minute and it's like, oh, okay. Sand. See, it's actually like when I've had so limited amount of sounds, I had to like use sounds that like sort of sound like you could like interpret it in a different way. Like I use this like bush rustle sound effect for like a whole bunch of stuff. Like I use it because it's like it sounds like a ruffle, like a kind of sound, but it doesn't have that leafy kind of sense to it. That it just sounded perfect, so I kind of kept using that over lots of different ways. So I can still be creative with bits where it's like, oh, I don't have exactly X what I need, but it's like, well, why almost can think about it and it sort of sounds like it, So I've had to do that. So now that I got like 3,000 more, 4,000 more files, I still don't think I have exactly what I need for even a snow game, but I still can probably like do other effects like pitch it up, slow it down, reverse it, bop it, all that kind of stuff, where maybe like a rubber pop or like I think there was like a ruler or something, I wanted like a ruler like wah 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 wah. Actually, there's a whole bunch of ones that are just labeled cartoons, and these are the best. And it can get away from not being realistic if you just call it a cartoon version. Yeah, so I'm sure there's some of these there's like one of them that's like the wop, 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 like those kind of ones. There's a whole bunch of whistle ones. Yeah, I love these ones. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Like, I love these, like, 90s style. I love MIDI, and I love, like, the nostalgic sounds of, like, pizzazo strings and, like, MIDI trumpets are, like, my jam. So it's like, I love these kind of, like, kid picks, kind of like, oops, you know, kind of sounds. They're, like, my favorite. Well, even, like, Mario 64, they didn't realize that, I guess, that one of their sound packs actually had Charles Martinet as the laugh that they repurposed for like Bowser's laugh and Boo's laugh. So, yeah. So anything's possible with this, you know, there's a whole bunch of these. I don't know. That's what I wanted. Yeah! These kind of Hanna-Barbera kind of style. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just got a lot of kick listening. I was listening to these like in order, and just like listen to all the cartoon ones, which is like my favorite part. Yeah. Oh. Guess I probably should just get like the Hanna-Barbera sound pack. I don't have that. I feel like that'd be too obvious though. Like there are the sounds that you hear literally a million times. That's like I guess. I don't know. I wanted something more slightly off, you know, off the beaten track, but it still sort of has familiar enough, you know. It's like when a song has a motif that you listen to like an hour later into it and becomes like part of, you know, like in Hamilton or something where it's like da, 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 you know, comes back like an hour later, be like, oh, it means something now, you know. So it like triggers your memory to be like, oh, I can sort of know what this is, but it's like, oh. Yeah. There's a lot of boings. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. So let's, yeah, keep it around for if I use any of these. Probably not. I don't know. Probably not for the St. Patrick's one, but maybe the game, snow game, and maybe future chapters in the movie, I guess. But yeah. Bonk. He says bonk. Bonk. Oh, it's okay. I know, we're almost done. Oh, that one's cool. Yeah. Some of these I had to like create myself, you know, where it's like I had to use like some sort of like sound of ooh, you know, I might only have that as a sample, and it's like, okay, let me figure out how to get it to pitch bend and do all these crazy stuff in Adobe Audition or something. So I've had to like finagle a whole bunch of these to like strangle a whole bunch of these sounds in my original sound pack to try and make them sound good. Like I think I had like the what's it called? I listened to it earlier. Where it goes whoop. I forgot what it's called. I just listened to it. Where it goes zip. Zip zap. Oh, that's good. Yeah. 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 Wait. Oh. Yeah. So stuff like that. Yeah. That's what I like, is that it's the nostalgic part of it. Oh, it's just a whistle. I think there's, oh, slide up. That's what it's called. Slide. Door slides, cartoon slides, door slides, gun slides. What's this? So there's stuff like that where it's like I wanted it to like be a slide, but I wanted it to like slide up or slide down at certain points. But I might only have like one single slide. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll reverse it and then hope that it still sounds good. But I think with this one, those are all down, I think. I think there's another one that goes up, was the first one. Cursing and whistle slide up. So now I got both. And now I don't have to play too much or spend too much time editing it, I guess. You know, if I have more options to play with and not have to, you know, have to go in and like, okay, let me go into the actual sample, you know, open Audition and try and figure out how to splice this up and be like, oh, I want this part of it or something, you know, I have to really go in and do all this work. Yeah. What do we got? Oh. We didn't want this file for some reason because someone running. It's on Muse Hub is where I found it. I'm sure you can find Audio Hero sound effects. Here's the label of that, Audio Hero sound effects. You can probably find a whole bunch of like stuff like this and then go from there. Or if you need something specific like that slide, then you can search that up. Now you know all these tags. So yeah. In 5. Oh, I thought you meant like 5 o'clock, and I was like, I'm gonna end it like in 5 minutes. I was like, oh yeah. What sound do you want to like end on then? What kind of sound effect would be a good like closer, I guess. So we could just do that and then head out. Yeah. So I'll land at the, for me, 2:30. So whatever time's for you. So we got 1 billion songs, sound effects. But it's only 4,000, so there is yeah. Maybe like just buy? Ah, there's no buy. Can't spell. Good. There's good morning. Maybe there's good night. Ah yes, my favorite Jungle Brazil Amazon night. Country ambient night? What's country? Whoa! There you go. Now we can all go to sleep. Maybe there's like a, what do you call it, a snore? We got loud and quiet. I know, now you're getting used to this against me all the time. Oh god. Either way, okay, we're good. I'm over here. Help me. I got cut off. Okay. Alright. I think my regular music's down. There we go. Okay. I'm really tiny, and I'm gonna say, thanks for watching, and we'll be back next week, where hopefully I won't have another brownout where my entire system explodes right before, half hour before I was gonna go live, and my game capture didn't want to stay on. So, if that means yes, then we'll be okay for next time. Then we'll do Paper Mario then. Otherwise, I do have to find something else. I guess I have some Steam games or something. I don't know. Or I got that Pony RPG that I haven't really looked into yet. I guess I'll look into that to see how it goes. Either way, thank you guys. Bye-bye. Yay. Okay. I'm gonna... How do I get out of here? I'm lost in this dimension now. Somewhere out here. Where'd you go? There's the button. Okay, I found the end button, dude. Okay. Okay. Located end stream button. Alright, thank you guys. Alright. Bye Cookie, over. Irish. Judd. Everyone else who joined. Thank you. Alright, see ya.